Hey guys, welcome back to a Lethal Discussions episode 2. I'm joined here by my good friend, close friend, George. So how are you
Yeah.
doing?
I'm good. Yeah. Hyped.
Yeah, we
Excited.
got a lot to talk about today, so
Oh yeah.
can't waste any time. So obviously this week we had the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct, and that was a long time in waiting. In fact, I was looking back at our last episode. That was in
Mhm.
let me get my notes up. I think it was September 20th when we last
Of
had our
like,
episode of 2023.
well, so like 2023, so it's
Yeah,
been
yeah.
2 years. Yeah.
Like a year and a half ago around.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
We were talking about Switch 2 back then.
Yeah, and we were
We didn't know what it was gonna be called. And
nope.
you know what's so funny? I think in that episode I mentioned that what I think they should name it is the Super Nintendo Switch.
Mhm.
And I was reading the asked the developer for Switch 2, and they were saying that that was one of the first names that they thought of calling the Switch 2 was the Super Nintendo Switch. And I was like, oh man, I knew it. I knew they were
Oh,
gonna
really? That was
think
in the
about calling it.
ask the developers.
Yeah, and I just thought it was funny because I was like, missed opportunity.
Yeah. I bet they wanted to, but
Yeah, they were thinking about a bunch of different names, but that's one that they were like leaning more towards. But since the reasoning for why they didn't go with Super Nintendo Switch is kind of interesting too, just because they were saying that when they went from the Nintendo NES to the Super Nintendo couldn't play the NES games,
uh-huh.
and but going from the Switch to the Switch 2, the Switch 2 can play Switch games, so they didn't want to confuse people, so they figured they just might as well just call it the Switch 2.
Yeah, yeah. Mhm.
But
Yeah,
still, I
they
like,
just didn't want to confuse people or get criticism, I
yeah,
guess.
yeah, I feel like they didn't want a repeat of Wii U.
Yeah, they're like doing everything they can. I kind of lost my train of thought. There was something I wanted to mention. Oh yeah, like in the
Mhm.
episode,
Yeah.
it was funny because we were hoping it was going to come out in 2024, like early
Hmm.
2024. Yeah, we had wait like a whole extra year, and yeah, like a extra year and a little bit less than a half, but yeah,
Yeah, but at least the wait is finally coming to an end.
and it's worth it.
Hmm.
um,
Um, yeah, I'm honestly shocked with the release date just because it being June 5th, considering they just basically pretty much just revealed it like a couple days ago, and that's literally 2 months. Like 2 months from now, it's out.
yeah, I
I
mean,
think that's like the fastest turnaround they've ever had with a announcement to release.
yeah, the release dates from like announcements like get closer and closer, like with
Hmm.
games and obviously with this next console. Um, trying to think, there was like one other thing I wanted to mention from the
Hmm.
episode. Oh yeah, like we actually got quite a bit right. I mean, obviously price, we weren't expecting it to be
Yeah.
this high.
Hmm.
But like all the tech stuff, we actually like undershot what this console is going to be capable of.
Yeah, I did not. I'll say I'm pleasantly surprised with the power of the system. Um, I knew it was going to be a little beefier than the Switch, just because the Switch is when the Switch, and we talked about it. I'm pretty sure in the episode, if I remember, of how the Switch at launch was already like 10 years outdated. So obviously,
Hmm.
anything Switch 2 related was going to be more powerful. But to and for Nvidia to come out and be like, no, it's 10 times more powerful than the Switch, and the tech in it is pretty much brand new. It's not even a year or 2 years old. Especially the tensor cores that they have in their processor for DLSS, that's all brand new.
Yep.
That's that tech is for their 50 series cards. Like they're using tech that they just released for PC. So
Yep, it's all brand new
yeah, I
tech.
mean it's all brand new, and it's like okay, that's pretty crazy. Like the oldest tech that they have in their system is the optical sensor for the mouse.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and that's pretty much it because I mean there's not much innovation as far as like newer versions of optical sensors for mouses. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
it's still they still all use pretty much the same
Okay.
tech that they've been using in mouses for like the last 20 years
All
as
right.
far as like the optical sensors go. Mhm.
Well, we can talk about that a bit more later. Like when we're talking more about like the price and stuff. But for now, we can just like kind of go over all the games that showed up in the direct because there was quite a bit.
Oh yeah,
Um,
there's so many.
so just to make sure you can see my screen, right, George?
Yeah, I can see it.
All right. So this is just on Polygon. They have.
Hmm.
We obviously have all the exclusive like first party games from Nintendo, like Mario Kart World. Like, um, we can go over each. How do you want to do it? Like, we could go over each game right now, or we
Hmm.
could just broadly go over everything and then.
Um, I said we. I mean, we can broadly just go over it, and then we can deep dive into the games we really want to talk about.
Yeah, because I also have some pages where like on Nintendo's site where they have like more info.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Yeah,
so this
yeah.
game is huge,
Oh,
and it
yeah.
was
I
like
mean,
the best way to start the direct.
if okay, so Mario Kart has been a game that I've played since I could remember. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's one of the first games, along with like Zelda, that I played since I was like 2 years old, and it started with Super Mario Kart on the Super Nintendo. Like that's the first Mario Kart I played, but the one I played the most um, was Mario Kart 64. And what's funny about Mario Kart, like playing Mario Kart 64, and I think a lot of people that remember that game, especially when, like if you were a kid back then playing it, was constantly like we would start races, but we wouldn't even race. We would just
Hmm?
drive around and try to like
Oh.
break the maps. Yeah, and like explore all the maps and go off road and just oh, can I go there? Can I go there? And then hit a wall or an invisible wall or something, and then be like, oh, is there a way I can get around it? And so because I want to go explore where this train track goes, and it's like if you would have told me that oh, like 5-year-old me that was playing Mario Kart 64, and you would told them, oh, well, in the future there's going to be an open world Mario Kart and you can just travel all over it. I'd be like, that's crazy. I don't know. Like this is a racing
Yeah.
game. Like there's no way. And then obviously more recent with Forza and like Burnout Paradise. A lot of people are comparing it to Burnout Paradise. It's being open world racing games. It's just like I like the idea of an open world racing game, but like those other games like Burnout or Forza get
Uh-huh.
really boring
Mm,
because it's just racing. You're
true.
just driving a real car everywhere, and then it's just it gets a little boring. Um,
So,
they don't, yeah. But Mario Kart, it's a Mario game,
mhm.
so I mean,
Yep.
so that's pretty cool.
Mario Kart or Mario game day one, and
Mhm.
hopefully the open like free roam. I think the way they would do it is like the free roam would involve like quests within the world, but
Mhm.
we'll kind of just have to see to what degree, or like how much you can do in the free roam, unless they're still
Yeah.
hiding stuff again, like for the direct. But
Oh,
yeah, we'll
they're
just have
definitely
to
hiding stuff.
see what they show because I'm sure if that direct they're pretty much going to show everything in the game because it's the launch game.
I just noticed something, like looking at the picture
Oh yeah,
on the Mario Kart World, the box art on the left side, left of Boo,
Boo. Okay.
left of Boo. There's a star. There's a power star.
Oh yeah, uh huh. Is that related to Rosalina? It might be.
No, I don't think so. That's like in the background, but it doesn't look like the power up stars that you usually get in the game. It looks like the Nintendo 64 stars.
Oh,
Might be something.
yeah. It's
It's
definitely. It
kind of
might be
interesting.
at least like a. It might have the item be a little bit different. Because they have all the items here, like the red shell, like the banana and stuff. Donkey
Mhm.
Kong's holding a burger. Yeah, so there's still a
You
lot
know,
we don't know about this
his
game.
design. Yeah, his design has grown on me.
Yeah, this one
I
seems a
didn't know
bit
if I liked it
different.
at
Like
first.
his
Yeah.
smile kind of seems more like the original.
Hmm.
Um,
His hair too.
yeah. But yeah,
But
we can move
I
on
mean,
to
yeah, yeah.
welcome tour if
Oh
you want.
gosh. Yeah. They messed up. They messed up with this one.
Yeah,
It should be free.
it should also be kind of like more like Wii Sports.
Yeah,
That's the
I
kind
mean,
of demo you want for your console, like a really fun tech
hmm
demo.
but it doesn't really have any. Some of the games is just like is just a tutorial, you know, or it's just like a
Yeah.
yeah, showing off the tech a little bit, but it's not like Wii Sports where like Wii Sports was like a legit game. Um, yeah, they should have just had that like pre-downloaded on the Switch too. Honestly,
Mm-hmm.
it's too late now. I think it's
Yeah.
too late for them to do that now. I mean, they could drop the price and just be like, okay, it's free and included with a free download, you know. But I feel like that's what they're gonna have to. Um, if there's one game they're gonna drop the make it free, it's gonna
Yeah.
be this one. Because
I think
the backlash.
one thing
But
they could do is pair of online because they like doing that, where
oh
like
yeah,
they add more value to their online service.
yeah, or yeah, just make it free with your online subscription. But even then, I feel like no, it should just be a free game.
Yeah,
It's
it should be.
it, it's gonna be like what $6? I think it was. I saw somewhere it was
Oh, really?
saying like somewhere between like $6 to $10 or around there, and even then is like that game's not worth $6, man.
No,
Like that's a free. That should be a free game. If anything, $1.
doesn't
Like
get
if you
more like
really, if
tech demo than this.
yeah, it's not. It's not a legit game. Um,
And it doesn't even
it's not
actually
a
really
game.
showcase like it doesn't showcase the power of the Switch 2 at all.
No,
It just shows the
it's just kind of
capabilities
like,
of like
oh
types
yeah,
of
like
games you could
HD
play.
Rumble or yeah, or MouseCon,
Hmm.
but
We can
and
move on
it's
from
like,
this game if you
yeah,
want.
yeah, no more time spent on it. Like, yeah,
All right. This game looked a little bit interesting. The drag and drive game.
yeah,
Um, yeah. So I called it the Rocket League or the wheelchair Rocket League
mhm,
game
yeah.
for
I
Nintendo.
mean, that's that game is what Wii Sports and Arms
Yeah. Hmm.
is. You know,
Right.
so like, Welcome Tour is like I said, that's not a game. Drag
Yeah.
and
It's not
Drive,
even a game.
that's a game.
Hmm.
It looks interesting. I mean, it's a good way to show off the mouse con features and what you can do with like the mouse mode.
Yeah. It
And I
looks.
think that's what's pretty cool about Nintendo is like, um, even though like a mouse is a old piece of tech that a
Mhm.
lot of games use, they don't use it like the way Nintendo's already showing that they can use it.
Yeah.
So I never thought of that. Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, since they're able to use two mouses at once, it's interesting what they can do. Um.
yeah. Two mouse control is interesting.
Yeah. And they
But
could pair that with other stuff in future games as well, since they have all this
yeah.
tech in the Switch too. But I was just curious
Mhm.
if you know like kind of the pricing of this game. I didn't see anything so far. Like I don't think
Um,
they shared anything.
no, I didn't see anything either. If all it is a 3v3 game, and that's it,
Yeah.
and there's nothing else to it, I really hope it's not past $40. I mean,
Like even this
if,
game, right? Uh,
mhm,
if this game is super like not many features, like it's very bare
yeah,
bones, like this would even be like kind of like the game you'd want to pack in with the Switch too.
That should have been the game packed in, just like Wii Sports was. But they haven't had a pack in title with a console in a long time.
Yeah.
And Switch One didn't have a pack in title, which Arms was technically like what Wii Sports was, and that should have been the pack in title. But yeah, that's this game is if it's more honestly, if it's more than $30, it's gonna be too expensive. No one's gonna buy it, and maybe you'll get like a few sales here and there, but it's gonna disappear like Arms.
Yeah.
Sadly, yeah, it's cool, but like day one, are you gonna want that game, or are you gonna want like Elder Ring, Elden
Yeah.
Ring, or anything else that comes out on launch day?
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
no.
is this a launch day? I it says it
Dragon Drive,
arrives summer
it was summer.
2025.
Yeah,
It's not even a
yeah,
launch title.
and it's like it's like what it's gonna come out same month as Donkey Kong.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, no, unless they release in August, but yeah, no
Oh,
one's gonna buy
true.
that.
Could be. Yeah, actually, that makes sense. It'd probably be like the month after they're
So,
since they're like spacing stuff out.
yeah,
But we can move
so
on to
yeah,
Hyrule Warriors if you want.
okay, now this game mhm, looks
Yes,
really good.
they haven't really given an exact release date, but probably just sometime in late 2025. And
Yeah, I'm guessing it's December.
mhm, yeah,
Um,
it's
yeah,
pretty exciting.
I
We're gonna
don't.
get a bunch of like lore in terms of
Yeah,
whatever this
uh,
founding of Hyrule is, right?
yeah, and they already said that this game is canon and
Oh, they
it's
did.
not going to deviate. Yeah, and
Oh,
it's not going to
nice.
deviate like Age of Calamity did.
Yeah, they learned their mistake because a lot of people probably didn't buy that game because they said it wasn't canon,
Yeah,
and they did all the
and I
time
loved
travel
Age of
stuff.
Calamity, but yeah, like this game's gonna actually focus on lore, and we're gonna get way more cutscenes in this game.
Oh yeah. Hmm.
It's gonna be insane the amount of cutscenes we're gonna get, and that's what I want from Zelda. I want more cutscenes. I want more lore.
Yeah, and we're gonna
I
get all
want
that
yeah.
voice acting.
Part of me hopes that they have flash forwards,
Flash.
not flashbacks. Yeah,
Huh?
flash
How
forwards
would that
where you
work?
play as Link.
Oh, where you actually play as him?
Yeah,
I'm trying to
like
think of how that'd work.
I don't know, but that's just wishful thinking. I think on my part, but I want some Link content.
It would have to be like a
Maybe like
Warriors though, right?
post. I want post Link, like post Tears of the Kingdom flash forwards or something. I don't know. I don't know how it would work, but it would be
And
cool.
hopefully this game doesn't have performance issues. Like, obviously it's gonna be higher than 30 frames per second, but we'll have to see if it gets like a
Mhm.
consistent 60.
Considering it's Nintendo and Koei Tecmo,
And it's supposed to be canon, I guess.
yeah, the they're still working on the game, and what
Right.
they showed us isn't the finished product.
True.
So, and what they showed us was already way better than Age of Calamity as far as frame rate,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
and yeah. So I'm guessing this is one of those games that's going to be hard locked 60 at 4K and 120 on
Yeah.
handheld.
I'm definitely picking this game
Yeah.
up. I haven't actually played a Warriors game, so
Oh,
should be a good
it's
time.
I like Warrior games. I've played Warriors games, a lot of them in the past, like Dynasty Warriors, but the Zelda Warriors are really good.
Hmm.
Um, because obviously the first Hybrid Warriors, um, and then Age of Calamity, and then now this one. So three Hyrule Warriors. I don't think we're ever gonna stop getting Hyrule Warriors games at this point, which
Hmm.
is fine by me
As
because I
long as
like
they
Hyrule
have
Warriors.
like the story or game to do
Hmm.
it on, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
I mean, the first Hyrule Warriors wasn't even connected to any one particular story.
True. Yeah.
It was a mix of all the
It was just
stories.
a like
So
crossover, right? Of all the games,
mhm,
pretty much.
yeah, so they can do that again
Yep.
if,
Mhm.
after this one.
All right.
But yeah, it looks good.
Oh yeah.
Looks great.
Super
Mhm.
excited. All right, so we can move on to Dustbloods. I don't really know much about
Mhm.
like software games, so you can pretty much take over this one.
Oh man,
Other than one thing I
I
will say
yeah.
is that this is a huge deal just because it's exclusive only on Nintendo Switch too.
Yes, and I was not expecting it. I was expecting Elden Ring. Like like in the back of my mind, I was like, Elden Ring's gonna come to the Switch too. There's no way. And obviously, it's the first third party game they showed was Elden Ring, and then the last third party game they show is another From Software game, a brand new one.
Yep.
Uh, and it's being directed by Miyazaki himself, which is insane. Like people are losing their minds, rightfully so, because obviously he just released Elden Ring, and then they're working on Elden Ring 2, and then he's working on this too. It's like that's crazy, and people have been dying for Bloodborne, and I really liked Bloodborne. I like Dark Souls. Um, so I've played the first two Dark Souls. Never played the third one. Haven't played Elden Ring yet. I've
Oh, you
been
haven't?
holding out. No,
Oh, you were holding out for
and
Switch too?
well, I was kind of holding out on it for to play eventually because I have so much on my backlog.
Oh, yeah,
But
true.
but I and part of me was like, well, if it comes to Switch 2, I'll buy it on Switch 2.
Makes sense.
And it's coming to Switch 2, so I'm gonna buy it on Switch
Works
2.
out.
So it's like, yeah. So now I get to play Elden Ring, and then apparently I get to play another exclusive, brand new From Software game that looks insane. And I think from what I'm hearing, I haven't listened to the creator ask yet that
Oh, right.
the voice one that they have, but I think it's confirmed that it's a multiplayer game.
Yeah, yeah. I was yeah, it says right here. This from software
Oh
development
yeah, it says
multiplayer
right there.
exclusive. It's coming
Yeah,
2026.
so
So,
it's a multiplayer from software game, and people have been asking that forever.
oh really?
Like the people have wanted a multiplayer like Elden Ring. I think Elden Ring 2 is multiplayer too, but yeah, it's a multiplayer game, which is but from what I've read too, it's like you can play it single player,
Like, does
but
it have a
it's
campaign? Like, it's
yeah, but
okay.
it's designed to be played multiplayer,
Gotcha.
and yeah,
Wait,
so it
so
can't. Yeah, so it's gonna be pretty crazy.
um, obviously, if you don't know, let me know. But is it something where you can play the campaign with others, basically?
Um, I think it's both. From what I've hearing, and I'm gonna have to get more information
Right.
obviously as they release because they said they're gonna release more of those voice ask once a week um for the next like month or two,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm pretty sure it's the full game is multiplayer, so it's like the campaign you can play multiplayer, but I think it might also have like PvP
Oh, okay.
elements on it too. So it should be interesting. I wonder how many
Yeah.
people can play at the same time. I'm not even sure about that, but people are people obviously are making assumptions of like, oh, it's gonna run terrible
Oh, really?
because yeah, because it's on the Switch 2 and multiplayer, it's gonna be terrible. And it's just like,
I'm
have
not
you are you
worried
not
about
paying
that.
attention to like the tech?
Yeah.
Like these companies would not make an exclusive game on the Switch 2 if it's gonna run terrible.
Yeah. I
Like they
mean,
pride themselves. Yeah.
this is like pretty much as premium of a Nintendo Switch console as you're gonna get,
Yeah.
especially at least for right now.
Mhm. Yep.
But yeah, that's pretty pretty crazy that we're getting a
Mhm.
exclusive from software game on Switch too. But
Yeah.
we also got uh, brand new Kirby Air Riders or Air Ride game from
Mhm.
Masahiro Sakurai. So that was the game he was working on.
Which is kind of surprising. I was wondering. I figured he was working on a new Kirby game. Uh, did not expect it to be Air Riders,
Yeah,
the sequel to Air Ride.
it makes sense. It
But
wasn't Smash. When I first
mhm,
saw like the teaser, like it didn't really show anything, just kind
mhm.
of showed the star and then Kirby. I was like,
Yeah,
I was thinking maybe Smash, just because it wasn't showing anything else, right? But
yeah,
in hindsight,
mhm,
like I had already thinking about this, to
mhm.
where if they do make another Smash game, Sakurai doesn't really need to be involved because he's kind of
Yeah,
basically laid the blueprint for Smash. So
yeah. And I think he was done. I think he was done like
right,
making Smash games.
yeah. And on
He
top of that,
wanted
like
to do other things.
the way like the culture works there is a lot of times when they're making these games, like he probably was like teaching a bunch of people working there, like his thought process and like how he develops stuff. So
Yeah. When we get the next Smash, it's he's going to be involved, but not as director, and because he's
yeah, I mean,
unless he's like,
unless he wants to,
no,
right?
I'm directing it. Yeah. But now Kirby Air Riders is a neat surprise, and Kirby Air Ride on GameCube was really fun, and it does have Smash elements because it is Sakurai, um, and so the the sequel is gonna be insane when they show gameplay, and it comes out this
Yeah,
year.
we haven't seen gameplay, and didn't.
Yeah.
I haven't actually seen even any gameplay of like the first game, so I
Oh,
don't really
you've
know.
never.
Nope.
Oh man, you go pull it up, pull it up, and watch like even 10 seconds of Kirby Air Ride on GameCube, and you're gonna see that's a very Sakurai style game. It is not Mario Kart,
Okay.
and people are like, "Oh, another Mario Kart esque, you know, game on the same year. Like, what's Nintendo thinking?" It's like, well, this is not Mario Kart. Like, it's a Kirby game. It's a racing Kirby game, but it's still a Kirby game.
I'm
So
looking
just
it
think
up
of
right
like
now on my
Kirby,
phone.
yeah. Oh yeah. So just think of Kirby getting abilities, and you actually beat up the other racers.
Oh, oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
So it's like It's like a
So
racing game, but
it's a
Smash.
racing
It
smash game. Yeah, that's what it is.
literally
So
looks
it's
like,
like,
yeah, yeah. This is a
yeah,
Sakurai game.
it's a Sakurai game, but it's like, and there's enemies that you fight on the map on the racetrack.
Oh,
So it's like,
this is gonna be a good time.
yeah. So it's not it's gonna fill that Smash void for a little while until they announce the next Smash.
Oh, like people are gonna love this game. Like they're gonna be like, forget Smash.
Hmm.
I mean, and the thing is I mean, we can talk about it more later, but Switch
Hmm.
2 is backwards compatible, so it has that whole library of games. So it has Smash. It doesn't like
Yeah,
need a brand new one, and it's got Smash Ultimate. It's the Ultimate Smash. So
yeah, and it's probably gonna get an update. So
yep.
one of those free updates that Nintendo was talking about.
And
It's not gonna get the Nintendo Switch 2 edition, but it's gonna get better performance.
right. Hmm.
Mhm.
And the last game that they showed at the direct was Donkey Kong Bonanza. So
Oh
this
yeah.
game is obviously like the Odyssey game. Like after they made Odyssey,
Hmm.
this was the game that development team was
Which
working
is
on.
yeah, because we knew they were working on a game. Um,
Hmm.
Everyone thought it was 3D Mario, but surprise, surprise, it's 3D Donkey Kong. Especially after Retro, was it not Retro? Who was working on it? I think it was Retro, right? That was working on the Donkey Kong game that got canceled,
Um, hmm,
or was
maybe.
it Rare? I think it was Rare,
I do
right?
know that, like you're saying, Retro
There was a
Studios,
Donkey
right?
Kong game. Yeah,
Like they've
I
worked
think it
on
was
Donkey
either
Kong games, right? So
yeah, No, I think it was Rare actually. Rare was working on the Donkey Kong game, and Nintendo canceled it,
Mm.
and they took over. And this is, I guess, what they've been working on.
Yeah, it
So
looks really good.
yeah, it looks insane. I know some people wanted more of a Donkey Kong 64 feel, but I think this is really good.
It's kind
I
of
mean,
funny that people were saying it's weird that there's no 3D Mario. I'm like, this is the 3D Mario.
yeah.
Like, and it's like it's a nice change, I guess you could say.
Hmm.
It's really different from
Yeah.
Mario game. Like, it's still a platformer, but just with the new mechanic they showed of Donkey Kong just breaking everything, it's
And
gonna
who's to
be
say we're not getting a 3D Mario this year?
exactly right.
This game comes out in July,
Mm-hmm.
1 month after the Switch 2. We still don't know what the big November game is. They're gonna have a
Yep.
Nintendo Direct again
Yep.
uh, in July. I'm pretty sure either sometime. Well, the technically the big next big one would after June would be September, right? For Nintendo Directs.
Yeah.
And if we're going along with them announcing a game and then releasing it a couple months later, it's like, oh, okay, September comes around. Now we still don't know what the big game for the holiday is.
Mm-hmm.
Hyrule Warriors is not the big game for the holiday.
We do know
They got to have
that.
another
Uh,
big game.
yeah, we at least do know that Prime 4 should be coming out around that time. But even then,
But
there's still like,
yeah, but that Metroid doesn't push consoles,
yeah, true. Like, it's not a Switch 2 exclusive. So,
and it's the holidays, and you want to push consoles.
mm-hmm.
What
Right.
more than a big 3D Mario game?
Mm-hmm.
We're getting a 3D Mario this year. I'm just saying it now.
All right.
People, yeah, yeah. It's like it's happening. It's gonna happen, and it's gonna be
I want one,
crazy.
right?
And
But I won't
yeah,
be disappointed personally if they don't make one just because of this Donkey Kong game. Like, this is like, I don't care that it's not Mario. It's like, it's Mario, Donkey Kong.
yeah.
It doesn't matter to me. It's a platformer that's gonna
But
be a lot of
this
fun.
Donkey Kong game comes out in July.
Yep.
It's not gonna push consoles in the holidays
Oh no.
because
Mm-mm.
everyone's gonna have it.
Yep.
It's gonna push consoles in July
Mm-hmm.
and the summer, but it won't for the holidays. And
Yeah.
sure, you can bundle it in or something. And but Nintendo, their track record, at least for the first year, is to have a ton of really good exclusives. Uh,
So let me ask you this
they
then:
they're not gonna show 3D Mario at this direct because they showed Donkey Kong.
what kind of 3D Mario do you think it's gonna be? More like the Bowser Fury game, where
Yeah,
um they added
it's open world. Yeah, it's
like a
gonna be an
different
open world Mario.
perspective?
Hmm. Yeah.
Because like, I'm just trying to get an idea of like, because obviously the Odyssey team worked on this game. Like,
Hmm.
there would have like, either unless they finish this, because they haven't released a new 3D Mario since Odyssey, and that was 2017, late 2017.
Yep.
So they've had time to probably make two games.
Hmm.
Honestly,
Yeah,
their
they've
development
been
cycles
working
aren't that
on
long,
2 games. Yeah,
at least for the Mario games.
they probably finished this game quite a while ago. And so if they were working on, they could have split the team. They hired more people. They could have split the team and had one team working on this and the other team working on Mario game. But there's no way Nintendo hasn't been working on a 3D Mario game
Yeah,
since
they also
Odyssey.
have like multiple teams that make Mario games, so
Y- Yeah, so it's like we'll
it
see.
definitely can happen. I agree with that.
Mhm. But
But
this game looks great, and it shows the power of the console,
oh
not
yeah,
visually, but technically.
yeah.
Like even visually, it looks insane.
Visually it looks
Um,
good, and then like all the moving parts in it
yeah, if
is
you watch,
what makes it
did you
stand
watch
out.
the Treehouse?
Yeah. I
The
only glanced over it though. I didn't watch all of it.
Did you watch it in in the gameplay for Donkey Kong in 4K.
Uh-uh.
It looks insane.
I'm sure
It
it
like
does.
the textures, his fur,
Yeah.
his fur looks
Like,
high res. Like it looks really good. It gets wet and you like you can. It's like it's not. It's just not visually impressive. It's like technically impressive
yeah, it makes
as far as like
sense.
the textures go.
Hmm.
And then not only that, like even just the nice visual stuff because it looks really pretty.
Yeah.
It's like it's like everything is pretty much everything is destructible. Like every destructible environment,
Mm.
part of the environment is destructible. You can literally destroy any part. You can terraform that the entire world, and it's insane.
Yeah, the nice thing about like
Um,
Nintendo's like art styles is that they don't have to push it too much graphically because it just kind of looks
mhm.
good, and then they can push all like the stuff surrounding it that makes it actually like it's hard way to phrase it, but they can put more in it so then it still looks it has a lot in it, I guess you could say.
Yeah, and I'd say like we're in a new era of Nintendo, and you can see that they can do both now.
Yep.
Like visually, it's impressive and looks really good. No one can look at this game and be like, "Oh, it's not a good looking game. It looks old. It looks outdated." Like unless they're lying, like a
You
lot
can
of
play it
people
in
do.
4K. You know?
Yeah,
There's no
it's like
res games
it's
anymore.
the all the textures, all the resolutions are high res, and it looks really good. But the game still plays really well. Like there's so much mechanically in the game where it's just like Tears of the Kingdom. It's like how the heck are they doing this? But from a game dev perspective, the game's amazing, and
Yeah.
so it looks really good. It looks fun, and
Can't wait for those boss
I'm
fights.
just yeah. And if this is what they're doing with Donkey Kong, why you don't think they're going to do this with the rest of their IPs? Like
And we'll
I don't know, it just looks good.
yeah, what's actually interesting is since this is the Donkey Kong game, what's like you want that Mario game, but like what is it gonna be? Like
Mhm.
it's gotta be bigger than this, you
Yeah,
know?
and that's the thing is like I think when they're holding off on showing 3D Mario for a reason, and I feel like that's gonna blow people's minds away. And the reason they're holding off is because they got two big games at near launch.
Right. And that's the
So they
focus.
have
Yep.
yeah, they got Mario Kart and Donkey Kong. You can't overshadow those games with 3D Mario.
Yep.
Mhm.
All right. We can broadly go over the rest, and if there's like anything
Yeah.
specific you want to talk about, just let me know. I don't know about this game if this is like I don't even know what kind of gameplay the survival kit is. I wasn't really
Yeah, I don't
paying
know.
attention to
Yeah,
like the
not my cup of tea.
yeah. Oh yeah, they've got all obviously the Nintendo Switch 2 edition games.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
The all the stuff that they're doing in Jamboree is pretty interesting.
Mhm.
They're making
Yeah.
use of like all the new tech in Switch 2, so we don't have to go too much into like this, but later we can like broadly go over like the
Yeah.
Switch 2 edition stuff.
Mhm.
Um, well, I guess one thing I will mention is like we're getting like huge graphical improvements with these Switch 2 edition games, so that's gonna be really nice.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it's super nice.
Let's see, what else do we got? So that's releasing July 24th. And then
Mhm.
obviously we have the Zelda Switch 2 edition games, which we can talk about on launch day, and those look amazing.
Yeah, they look in like how they should have been looking for a long time. Um, 68 frames per second for both of them, 4K. Now the question is, and I wonder because it's 60 FPS and 4K, is it going to be 120 on the handheld? Like you think if they want to show off the
Oh,
power of the Switch, you want the handheld to be at 120 FPS.
mm. Do you think
Or
they
are they
would?
gonna lock it at 60? I don't know.
I like the only way I could see it is if they have like a performance mode,
Mhm.
because I think they want a lock 60. Because again, like they were even fine with like 30 FPS with all the Zelda games, pretty much, and like
Yeah,
with ports
and
and stuff, like let's say Skyward Sword on Switch, that was 60. So I think like the base for Zelda games going forward is going to be 60. So I think they'll just go with 60, especially because the new uh, Zelda game that they're working on is probably going to be 60 as well.
yeah.
But I mean, unless they do performance mode, it could be possible, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Um, and they're adding like little features to both of the games,
mhm.
to where like they said they were done with Tears of the Kingdom, but they did add a little bit more. You know, and Breath of the Wild's getting
Yeah,
the voices right from Zelda, or like what were they called? Um,
the voice memories.
voice memories. Yeah.
Mhm.
So that.
Yeah. I mean, that's cool because you get more lore.
Yep.
There's a reason to go replay Breath of the Wild.
And
Um,
didn't you say that something like that was for Tears of the Kingdom? Uh, like it was not just Zelda; it was like voice memories for many characters in the game.
yeah, yeah, because they announced that it was going to be not just Zelda for Tears of the Kingdom. It's going to be Rauru and uh, Koga. Koga, is that her? Is his name?
Sounds right.
Master.
Master Koga.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
So two other characters. It's a lot of lore for Tears of the Kingdom, which is nice.
Yeah.
Um,
Mhm.
which was missing
Yeah.
again.
Hmm.
And specifically, I'm more excited for Breath of the Wild because there's so much lore missing.
Oh,
I
true.
wanted more.
Hmm.
So having that is going to be pretty awesome, especially it's all voice acted. Um, that's really nice.
I didn't even.
And one thing they didn't mention is that the the Switch app, the new Switch app, they call it like the Nintendo Switch app.
The Nintendo. Oh, you mean the like the Switch Online app?
Yeah, it's
Mm.
because they're changing the name
Oh, okay.
to the Nintendo Switch app. Um, you don't need a online account anymore.
Oh, really?
You don't need a membership. Yeah, to use it, so
Nice.
it's free.
Wow.
Yeah. So like for people who don't want to pay for a membership, even though you get a lot of value for it, it's like you don't have to get all this new features for the Switch 2 editions.
Kind of blanking here. I wanted to mention something about the Zelda games. I think. Oh yeah, like Breath of the Wild. The
Hmm.
Switch 2 edition should have all the DLC too,
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
So.
yeah, it's
e-
that's it. It's gonna have all the DLC. So like for if you've never played Breath of the Wild, that's and you have a Switch 2, like the Switch 2 edition is gonna be the superior version because you're gonna get all the DLC.
Yeah.
You're gonna get enhanced visuals, which means 4K on TV,
Mm-hmm.
1080p on your handheld with 60 FPS, probably for both. At locked 60 FPS, which is gonna look so nice. And then you're gonna get all the DLC for it, and the all the Zelda notes and
Yeah.
all the goodies that come with
I
it.
didn't
Hmm.
even think about it, but do you remember how much the price was for the DLC? I would think it would be like
Hmm.
20. Was it 20? Do you know, George?
Can you say that again?
Do you know what the price was for the DLC for Breath of the Wild?
I think it was 20.
Because
Pretty sure.
it's, I mean, we can go into it later when we talk about prices, but it was priced at
Hmm.
70 USD. So that's actually a
Yeah.
really good deal with all that
Let me see.
DLC.
Let's see what the yeah, what's that? $20 for the expansion pass.
Yeah, so makes sense.
Hmm. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, 70 USD for the Switch 2 edition is actually not a bad deal when it comes with all the DLCs for it, plus all the new stuff that you're
Yeah.
gonna get for it.
Yep. Um.
Yeah,
So next we got Kirby and the Forgotten Land, Star Across the World. So that's like the DLC for that game. Switch 2
yeah,
edition with all the graphical improvements, 60 frames per second compared to the 30 frames per second on Switch 1. That's going to make a huge difference as well.
yeah.
Apparently,
It's
that's coming in August. So.
That's a good time frame for it. I mean, it's a good upgrade, especially for people who already have the game or want to dive into it now. You get, I mean, you basically are getting two games because it says it's a whole brand new story for
Mm-hmm.
it. So
Yeah.
I'm sure it's a whole entire new campaign,
Yeah, and that
which is
should
kind of
be
crazy.
priced
I think
like at least the Walmart listings were 80.
hmm
So, with that new content, I think
hmm
it'll probably make more sense. I know they showed
yeah,
some of the in the treehouse, but
hmm
I think people aren't realizing that just like how it's a completely new, basically a new campaign. You know,
yeah,
new completely new story alongside the original.
hmm
And then we have Metroid Prime 4. Obviously, we don't have an exact date, but that's definitely going to be like around the holiday for Switch 1. And then we'll get that Switch 2 edition, which looks amazing. We have like
yeah,
4K 60 docked, and then performance docked is 1080, 120 frames per second, which is great. And like the treehouse with all the opening cutscenes, like the
hmm
movie cutscenes, basically
yes,
were amazing.
yeah. Metro Prime 4 is gonna look so good on the Switch too, and it's gonna run really good on it. And the crazy part for me, and I guess if you really think about it, Metro Prime 4 is a cross gen. Like these games
True.
are all going to look
Right.
so good, but they're all cross gen games. Like
Yeah,
none of these games are built from the ground up for Switch 2.
and I don't even it's just like kind of like so much information kind of just like overlooking because they're kind of like
hmm
they're using like specific naming schemes for these games.
Yeah.
So you kind of just overlook like you're like completely forgetting it's like a cross-gen game, you know?
hmm Yeah, and so if a Switch 1 game with enhancements is looking this good on the Switch 2, I can't wait to see what Nintendo releases that is strictly Switch 2. Like Donkey Kong and Mario Kart are strict Switch 2
Yeah.
really like exclusive games and they look amazing, but obviously it's using that Mario art style which is not realistic. Um or it's not like those art styles are trying to push the boundary of like graphics. Metro Prime 4 is a realistic shooter.
Mhm.
The art style for that is more towards realism. And so
Right.
uh yeah, it's just showing like how good the Switch is. And I think, I was watching this other video and they were talking about like I think he pointed out something that I might have missed too is that on the Switch 2 version on that opening mission,
Uh-huh.
it's raining and I don't think it was raining in the initial trailer that they show of
In the
that opening
initial
mission.
hmm.
Yeah, for the Switch version, for the Switch 1 version, it doesn't look like it has weather effects, but on the Switch 2 version it does.
I'm
And
trying to
so
remember
it's
because
like,
I feel like I actually remember Rain for the Switch 1, but
let me
I mean, it
see.
could be wrong. And just like that first, like the very first time we saw gameplay, right? For
Mhm.
the game. Let's see. Hmm.
Oh man, watching the Switch One version, you can really tell the difference.
Oh, I know. Like the textures
Mhm.
are so much better in Switch 2.
Yeah, the water too.
Like on Switch 1, a bunch of it's just like the textures are just blurry, you know? There's no
Mhm.
detail.
Yeah.
Here, let me see if I can look at this comparison video. So you said, yeah, it doesn't seem to be. Wait, let's see.
It's like very light rain
Oh, okay.
on the Switch One version.
Because all I really remembered for the Switch 1 trailer was like they had like water effects on like her visor.
Yeah,
So that's
there's
all I could
slight
remember.
water effects. It's not. Yeah, it's not as okay. Yeah, I'm watching it, and yeah, I mean, yeah, the Switch Two is superior. Like,
Yep.
yeah, it looks way
And that's just with
way
like
better.
obviously working with the Switch 1 and then they work on it to look much better on Switch 2, but it's not like they made it
Mhm.
ground up.
Yeah, the rain effects and the water puddles and everything just looks so much better on the Switch too. You actually see the water bouncing off the ground. There's more water effects on her visor. Yeah, it's like yeah, the Switch 2 is gonna like can handle so much more. So obviously, it's gonna be the superior version. But and even then, it's the Switch 2 version. It's not the It's the game wasn't designed for the Switch 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so
Mhm.
obviously we still have Pokemon's Legends coming out later this year. That's going to get a slight upgrade on. Well, not slight. It's um I guess it is still slight because like overall the game visually is not too impressive, but it will get a nice bump on Switch 2. And
Mhm.
yeah, so I think like most people who get this game are going to want to enjoy it on Switch 2 for sure.
Yeah,
We got Civ 7, which
makes
is
sense.
going to have the
Mhm.
mouse controls, which is going to be amazing for Switch 2.
Mhm.
Uh, and that's launch day, so you get a pretty significant game with those mouse controls.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice to see third-party support use mouse controls more.
Yeah, because
Uh,
like a lot of these games are PC games, you know.
yep. And so now you can just have that be an option for your game on the Switch, which is nice.
And if you're thinking about it, like a lot of these games should be using that scheme that Prime 4 is using, where you have the one stick, which is like your
Mhm.
WASD, like PC, and
Yep.
then you have the mouse.
Yeah, it's like it makes the most sense.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool to see, or hopefully see, like a lot of third party do that.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, I can't wait to play Call of Duty like that.
hmm And then we gotta see. So apparently these are obviously all the Switch 2 edition games. So like we've got the
Mhm.
Farming Sim, Story of Seasons,
Yeah.
Room Factory. I think that's Room Factory 4 or 5. I can't remember. It's the newest Room Factory.
Mhm.
Oh,
And then
that's
you got
launch day.
that yeah, and then you got the Pac-Man game,
Is that Shadow of
Shadow
Labyrinth?
Labyrinth.
Okay.
Yeah, the evil
And
Pac-Man game.
wait, Tomodachi Plaza. I don't remember that from the direct. Is that the new Tomodachi game?
I think so. I'm pretty sure it is. It's coming on Switch One
Mm-hmm.
that day. I think that I'm pretty sure that's the release date for it, and it'll have a Switch Two edition.
Makes sense. And
Hmm.
then obviously in the direct we got
The GameCube.
Nintendo GameCube, which everyone was asking for, you know.
Hmm.
And we're getting not too many games, but like we're getting some of the, like the bigger games. on the
Yeah,
GameCube
I mean,
at launch.
Wind Waker. Yeah, having Wind Waker at launch, so good.
Oh yeah,
I'll
and you're
replay it.
getting a resolution bump.
Yeah.
I don't think. I think obviously it's going to be like a consistent frame rate, but they
Hmm.
didn't say anything about like obviously frame rate bump, which makes sense. It's all emulated and stuff. So um,
I think they did mention that it was going to get a performance, but um, it'd be nice. I think it's all going to be at 60 FPS now, but we'll
hey,
see.
if it's 60 FPS, that's actually it's the only way I guess on a Nintendo console you could play Wind Waker at 60.
Yeah, and as much as I like the HD remaster or remake of Wind Waker, there's something about the GameCube version
Oh yeah,
that is timeless. And so the fact that
yeah. You won't have to deal with
is
all
the
the
GameCube
bloom
version,
effects.
yeah, yeah, it's like it looks. The GameCube version just looks so good still, and it being in 4K, most likely 60, like it's gonna be. I feel like it'll be a better version of the Wii U version. The only thing the Wii U version has is the gamepad,
Like the better controls,
you know,
basically.
and not even the better controls. It's just like the gamepad of like having your map and stuff
Yeah.
on the gamepad. But
What I mean by like controls, like they changed like
mhm,
the some of the items so they're easier to use. But yeah,
yeah, but yeah, it's like the GameCube version is still really good.
yeah,
So
it's just a small
mhm,
thing. All right,
yeah,
so let me just go to my everything I
mhm,
had. Oh yeah, so like this is just like just going over like the official stuff from Nintendo. It's going to be
mhm,
available June 5th
yep,
of this year, and main thing from this page I wanted to talk about is the pricing. So obviously, they didn't show the price in the direct, but they said that to find information, you just go to their site, and um, MSRP is 450 for the
mhm,
Switch 2 with nothing else, and then they are releasing a Mario Kart bundle for 500, which is
yeah,
going to be pretty nice because Mario Kart's going to be $80. So yeah,
yeah. So you save 30.
yep, and
Obviously, the
that's what
Mario
I'm
Kart
getting.
bundle is going to be the superior version. Like
Oh,
you're going to want the Mario Kart bundle.
oh,
You just save money, and it comes with the game. So
sorry about that. Accidentally clicked on it. Oh, it's because I have the push to talk, and when I'm pushing it, it's like messing it up.
uh,
But let me just go.
mhm,
Let me just go to. We can just go here. So like a lot of people have
okay,
been obviously complaining about, for some reason, even the Switch 2 prices, which is kind of odd.
yeah, yeah. I don't get the. I understand the somewhat backlash of $80 games, even though that's come on, the games have been like $70 for like the last couple of years, and
And these
you're
games
not gonna,
are significantly bigger compared to like previous
yeah,
games, so
and it's
you
not
can't be
every okay.
complaining
There's a
that
lot of
much.
him, yeah. There's a lot of misinformation out there,
Oh,
and
true. Yeah,
I
like
noticed,
people saying like what Mario Kart was like 90 somewhere.
yeah, and it's crazy. Even Nintendo YouTubers are like pushing out misinformation, uh, in their clickbaity titles.
Mm-hmm.
Even if in their videos they are like, "Oh, well, this isn't true," but it's too late. You already clickbaited, and people. There's a lot of people don't watch the video.
Yeah.
They just read the title, and they're like, $90 games. Every game now is going to be $80. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not spending $80 on a Nintendo game. And it's like cool because Donkey Kong is 70, so it's like you're not gonna be spending $80. And Mario Kart being $80, we don't even know like everything that the game has and what the roadmap looks like. I have a feeling that they're going to be like at the Nintendo Direct for Mario Kart that they're going to be like it's $80, but all the DLC will be free
Yeah, like
for the next 10 years. You're going to have ongoing support for Mario Kart.
yeah, you can't really make a judgment because we just don't have all the information, and that's kind of the thing.
Yeah,
Like, um,
but then the console price backlash is insane.
Yeah, like I was wanting to go over this like Nvidia statement because like they
Hmm.
confirm like all the basically leaks and rumors, but like all the tech
Yeah.
going into the Switch 2 is is ridiculous and like plus inflation like
Hmm.
it makes sense it's 450. That's actually um not a bad price.
Yeah. I mean, as far as the tech goes, um, the closest comparison to the Switch 2 on the handheld market today would be the ROG Ally X, which MSRPs for $800,
Almost double.
$800 to $900,
And it is
and
double
that
if
it
it's
doesn't
900.
even, yeah, it's double the price of the Switch 2, and it doesn't even compare to the Switch 2 because the ROG Ally X is also 1080p screen at 120 hertz, but it's smaller. It's a smaller screen. It doesn't support HDR. Doesn't have G-Sync. It has VRR, but it uses AMD's, which isn't as great.
Yep.
Um, it doesn't have 4K output, so you can't
Mm-hmm.
dock it and play a game at 4K 60 FPS.
Can you
You
even
know, it
dock
doesn't
it?
have DLSS. Um, I think there's some way to technically dock it or connect it to a monitor.
But it's not like
But it's
seamless.
not. It's not seamless. It's not built. It's not like part of the system in the sense of like that's not what they're selling it as.
Right.
And so yeah, there's just a lot of downsides to it for the price. Like there's no way if Switch 2 would have came out and they would have been like
But it
it's $800, I would have been like you're insane Nintendo, I'm never spending that money. But but 450, $500 with Mario Kart, yeah, that's not a bad deal. Um
yeah, but it's
yeah,
just
so
funny that people were saying ROG Ally's better because it's literally
mhm.
double the price. Like that console
Or
doesn't get
Steam
any
Deck.
backlash or like significant. Like
Oh,
it's actually insane. Like how much the internet is bashing Nintendo. You know.
oh, but the amount of comments of, "Oh, I'm just gonna buy a Steam Deck instead," and it's like thinking people saying this, thinking like the Steam Deck is better than the Switch 2 as far as tech goes and like performance, and the Steam Deck, the Switch 2 spits on the Steam Deck. Nvidia came out and was like working on this. They were like, AMD
And
can go kick rocks.
what's
Like,
what's funny is that a lot of these like consoles that are like basically just PC or not consoles, these PC handhelds, right?
yeah.
They'll like say, "Oh, well, it's also a PC, right?" But the thing is like you're saying you want to buy these for the games, not for a PC, you know?
Hmm.
So
And I mean,
this is a
okay,
fully
it,
dedicated console, you know?
the Steam Deck is also a PC, right? And I'm a PC gamer, and you are too.
Yeah.
So it's like
Mm-hmm.
I have my Steam library. I have a ton of games on my Steam. Uh, most of those games are going to be on the Switch 2.
Yep.
The Switch 2 is going to be superior to the Steam Deck, and the Steam Deck games they look good on it, but they run on low settings,
Yeah.
like low settings. You're not getting ray tracing on it.
Nope.
You're not getting 4K or 1080p, 120 hertz
You're
on
not
it.
getting
Like
developers working specifically for that hardware.
mhm. you can't you can't use one of the controls on the Steam Deck as a mouse. Like there's a
Oh,
lot of
true,
things.
yeah.
Like the Switch 2 is more of a PC handheld than the Steam Deck is.
Yep.
So it's like I can literally play my Switch 2 like I do my PC games
Yeah.
with the mouse. So
Might not be able to use it as a
and
PC, but like most of you have a super
mhm.
powerful PC that like that
I don't
you
need my
want to
Switch
use for
2 to
PC
be a
stuff, you know?
PC. Yeah.
Like when you're
It's like I
doing stuff on
don't
the computer, you're not going to be using
mhm.
your Steam Deck that doesn't have a mouse.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. No one's using their Steam Deck as a PC. If they are, they're that's a little weird. It's like you don't have an actual PC to actually use it as a PC, but
Yeah.
whatever.
No keyboard.
But yeah, we can dive into this. I mean, obviously DLSS and ray tracing, which is noticeable.
Yeah,
It's
that's
noticeable
what
in
makes
games.
Switch 2 have such an edge compared to all
Hmm.
these other consoles. Like nobody else is using Nvidia tech, you know?
Yeah,
Um
they were smart. They were smart to partner with them.
does PS5 does that use AMD or Nvidia?
It's AMD.
And same with Xbox, right?
Yes.
That's actually pretty odd.
And you see, Nintendo used to use AMD.
True, yeah. Mhm.
So before the Switch one, they used AMD.
It's kind of funny
They
though,
switched to
because
NVIDIA.
like you were
Yeah.
saying the other day that Nvidia is known to be pushing the most power, right?
Yeah.
And yet we have PS5 and Xbox that are using AMD.
AMD plays catch up with NVIDIA
Yeah.
every
Hmm.
year, and NVIDIA is just better at what they do, especially with their GPUs.
Yep. And like in terms of
As
pricing,
we can
like
see.
everybody's been asking for Nintendo to finally get 4K and some good frame rates on
Hmm.
their consoles. And this is what we're getting with Nvidia for
Yeah.
450, and apparently it needs to be only 400. But I mean, it's um
You get your bang for your buck. Uh,
yeah.
I know people are like, "Oh, well, the ROG Ally, not the X, but the cheaper version, is 400. So why is Nintendo charging 450?" And it's like, you just one look at the spec sheet for both, and you can see why it's fifty
Yeah.
dollars more. And even then, I'm in, I'm surprised it's
I
$50
love
more.
this wording
Uh,
from Nvidia's
mhm.
like press release, I guess you could say. It says with
Yeah,
1,000 engineering years of effort across every element, from system and chip design to a custom GPU, application programming interfaces, and world-class development tools, the Nintendo Switch 2 brings major upgrades. It just sounds awesome. Like
yeah.
that
Well,
was
Nvidia,
that was not what was in the Switch 1, you know.
yeah.
Then we've
So it's
got
like all this technical stuff that like most people don't know.
literally
Like the
dedicated.
average consumer,
Yeah,
yeah,
you go ahead.
the average consumer doesn't know what this is.
No, they don't know all
They
this
just
technical
know
stuff. Yeah.
they're just gonna see the Switch 2 and they're like, "Oh wow, it looks better."
Dang, that looks like a PS5.
Yeah. In their minds, that's what they're gonna see. But yeah, yeah, dedicated ray tracing cores and tensor cores. It's yeah.
Yeah.
And like I said, um, when we were watching the Switch 2 direct, I was like, you can tell that it's using ray tracing. Like you can
Yeah.
see the ray tracing, especially on Metro Prime 4. And you see the ray tracing, like the reflections, the lighting. You can even kind of notice on the Nintendo Switch 2 editions of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah. I mean,
Mhm.
with the
Yeah,
all the DLSS tech, it just
yeah,
and like all the cores they're using, like that allows them to run like that kind of stuff, the ray tracing, and
like Cyberpunk.
it's not as
Yeah,
like demanding. That's what makes
yeah.
it so good. Is that I didn't fully look at the
Hmm.
article, but oh yeah, it remember it
Yeah,
saying
10
that
times.
it's 10 times the power of the Nintendo
Hmm.
Switch.
Hmm.
And I'm guessing they're kind of. I'd be curious, like how they came up with that number, because like sometimes Nvidia will, like they'll include like the AI
Hmm.
improvement with that, but
Yeah,
still like 10 times is
yeah.
a major uh performance increase. Um,
Yeah.
let's see. Oh yeah, the variable refresh rate, like that's going
Hmm.
to be pretty nice.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and like developers are super excited to be working on this console. That's really what it
Hmm.
comes down to. You're going to get so many more games on this console because of that, and good looking ones.
Yeah. What do the
um
comments say?
oh, you want to see the comments? Let's see.
Let's see.
I do wonder what games will actually use DLSS and ray tracing, though. Digital Foundry didn't see any use of the format, at least so far. They're saying they didn't see. Wait,
I,
what?
I don't think
No
that's
use
true.
of DLSS? What do you mean? How do you
Yeah,
get 4K?
I think.
These
Yeah, I'm
kids.
pretty sure Digital Foundry. I saw the
Did
video,
they really say
and
that?
they said no, they didn't. They said they could see the tech being
Oh,
used, especially Metro Prime 4.
well, that was yesterday. Kind of odd.
Yeah.
All right, irrelevant comment.
Hmm.
10x before AI is what he's guessing.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what it sounds like. What
I mean, that still makes
NVIDIA is
sense
saying.
because like the Switch one was so
Yeah,
underpowered.
yeah,
Just obviously, I don't know for sure.
yeah.
Let's see. I really hope that the Zelda Switch 2 games also get ray tracing. Ah, man. Yes.
You know it's gonna get it. It's gonna get it.
Yeah, the comments aren't really.
Hmm.
There's not too
Yeah.
insightful. Let's see. Yeah, they're kind of just more asking questions.
Hmm.
So, yeah, let me go to my tab I got up.
Yep.
Oh yeah, just kind of broadly going over all the tech
Hmm.
specs of the Switch 2. The size, like it's a little bit bigger in terms of like height and length, but not width. Like it's not thicker.
Yeah, which is nice.
So yeah, like you're still gonna be able to hold it really nicely. Um,
Hmm.
let's see. I don't remember the weight of the previous Switch, but it's still really light.
Yeah, 1 pound.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's great.
it's nothing. It's
Mhm.
super light. Hmm.
Uh, is that touchscreen? Is that the same as Switch One, or is that like the better screen? I can't.
It's the same. The capacitive,
Okay.
which means it can
Is that
receive multiple
yeah, like
touch.
multi-touch? Mm.
Yeah.
And we
Hmm.
get a oh yeah, we get the really nice screen with the
Yeah.
LCD HDR support, which is awesome.
Okay, so that's one thing a lot of people have been complaining about because it's not an OLED.
Yeah, but you can't have it
But
all.
no, but see, people don't keep up with tech trends apparently.
True, like how
Uh,
LCD is improving over time.
is LCD is way better now than it was back when Switch One came out.
Hmm.
Um, and they even tell you which one. It's a wide color gamut LCD, right?
Yep.
Um, that's that's a really nice LCD screen. Like until people see it, there's the hands-on um, previews, right? And people
Yeah.
have seen it in person, and they even say like, um,
I'm.
you got to see it, like you got
Yeah,
to
I
see it
remember.
and to like see how good it looks.
Like a lot of the tech stuff like I've watched with like Doc Trey, like he's pretty insightful and all that stuff, and like
Mhm.
he was like nobody's gonna be complaining about this screen when they see
Yeah,
it. Like no one's gonna care
yeah,
that it's
it's
not OLED when they start playing the games and stuff, you know.
hmm yeah, it's a very impressive LCD screen. It's wide color gamut, so just think of your OLED
Okay,
and
'cause I don't really know what that means
uh
either. Yeah.
yeah, that's it looks pretty much like an OLED.
Okay. I mean HDR is like, isn't that like a huge improvement like in terms of like uh blacks and whites like the contrast?
Yeah, and it's HDR10, which is nice.
And then we're getting 120 hertz on
Yeah,
portable mode.
on portable.
And
Yeah,
docked, obviously,
so
but portable?
and dock.
It's
Yeah, on
crazy.
portable is insane. It's gonna look so
1080p,
good.
like 1080p on such a
Hmm.
small screen is gonna look amazing.
Oh yeah.
And obviously,
So
we get the chip from NVIDIA, custom, fully customized for Switch 2. We get significant storage increase from, what was it, 32, right? I think,
yeah,
to
yeah. The OG is 32.
to
So
256. Like if you're only getting pretty much Nintendo games, you'll be fine. Which
and
that's
that
a lot of
that
gamers.
UFS, yeah, it says UFS on it.
Oh yeah. What does it
That's
stand for?
ultra fast storage.
Oh okay. Yeah, yeah. Like it's
So
like all the console storage that's like way faster compared to like a let's say the
It's
express card that you're gonna buy.
yeah, it's as fast as um M.2 pretty much, like SSD.
Oh yeah. And so yeah, like no one was complaining about the storage. Everyone's like, some people were saying like that's the bare minimum, but that's
Hmm.
what you need at the end of the day. Like,
Yeah, and that storage is actually because it's not just bigger, it's faster.
mm-hmm,
That's what's gonna improve all the load times,
right,
the read write. Like it's yeah, it's that's why they showed off, in Breath of the Wild, like the load times,
yeah.
and it was like 3 seconds,
It's funny
like
that they
somewhere
even
around
showed
three
that off
seconds.
in the treehouse. I was like, it's
Yeah.
Nintendo's like getting super technical with all this stuff. Obviously,
Hmm.
not down to the specifics in terms of like um the numbers,
That's
but they
that's a
show
three
you how
second.
it's better.
Yeah, that's 3 second load time in 4K, 60 FPS. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, like I was looking at Mario Kart World,
Hmm.
and like the load times are so good, and then it's
And
loading a massive open world game.
mhm.
So
Yeah, I mean the crazy part is that when you think about Mario Kart, is it's 24 players
yep,
and it's an open world game. So I I don't know how many players it's going to be for free roam. Probably it's going to be 24. I mean, it looked like there was more than like
I
in
think
one of
they
the
said you
portions.
can
It
do it
looked like there were
online
like
with free roam,
6 or 7. Yeah. So there's it's loading that huge world with no load screens that you can drive from one end to the other, and even in the ocean apparently. But it's like,
Oh yeah, I
yeah,
can show you
yeah,
the
like
map from
it's insane.
the game. Just kind of get an
Hmm.
idea of like maybe it wasn't some of it could be the ocean, but like they got a ton of like water in the game. It looks like
Yeah.
I'm curious from like what the borders of the map are, but it might be like a fully like square border where like the
Hmm.
water like the oceans is like as far not like the like you obviously can go in it, but there's at some point you can't go any further in the water. But
Yeah.
yeah, so obviously we're getting the Wi-Fi 6 chip, which is like
Hmm.
really really good. You
Yep.
get Bluetooth at launch. Let's see, what's it saying in TV mode? Oh yeah, it's got a LAN port, so
Yeah. So you don't have to buy
nope.
a new dock for it.
And
It's just nice.
okay, let's if we compare this to the OLED, right?
Hmm.
Which was 350. This is only $100 increase. And I don't know. Like the pricing is just like actually like not should not have any discussion around the hardware. Like
Yeah.
the price is right where it needs to be basically. Um, Video output obviously that's all the 4K and 120 FPS. Oh yeah, like it's just like funny seeing 4K for like the first Nintendo stream live stream. That
Yeah.
was insane.
Yeah, that was crazy.
See, audio output. Oh yeah, like the main thing to know is like the built-in speakers for the Switch is gonna be super nice, and they're doing the 3D surround audio, um,
Yeah.
like which is gonna be super nice.
Hmm.
Like just so many quality of life improvements. Let's see.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I mean, even the built-in speaker does
yeah, it even has a built-in
3D
microphone
sound.
with a bunch
Yeah.
of like AI tech for noise cancellation and all
Yeah.
the stuff for voice chat.
Yeah. Super nice.
Hopefully, they haven't really shown it, but since they're doing voice chat with like others, like people you know, like I really hope they're doing voice chat um on the console with like just like people you game with randomly, like say in Mario Kart World, like online, you know?
Yeah.
That would
Well,
be
yeah,
hilarious.
we'll have
Like if
to
you
see
have
about that.
what's it called? Like the audio where like if you get near proximity, right?
Hmm.
Voice
Yeah,
chat.
proximity chat. Yeah.
That would be
Proximity chat and
hilarious on
Mario
Mario Kart
Kart
World.
free roam. Yeah. You're passing someone, you say something. That would be pretty fun. Hit someone with a shell.
See you later.
Oh, it's, yeah, it's. it's gonna they're gonna have to. There's gonna be some extreme parental controls because
Yeah, if they
it's gonna
did
get
something
like
like
a
that,
Call of
then
Duty lobby up in there. It's gonna get bad. But
but that sounds like it's gonna be a lot of fun. I mean, if they do
yeah.
the built-in microphone, like, there's no
Hmm.
excuse.
Yeah, we'll wait and see. Call of Duty on Switch is gonna be
Yeah, they didn't
kind of
even
crazy.
show that the direct, which is like, man, when that's shown, it's
Hmm.
gonna be a huge deal.
So let's see the two USB ports.
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
camera on the top. We haven't really talked about that. So
Hmm.
far they haven't really showed too many uses. They're actually putting it in at least Mario Party Jamboree. Um,
Yeah,
but
there'll be a bunch of third-party accessories
oh yeah,
that use it. Hmm.
and that can be technically used for like games too. You know, like
Yeah.
now you can do. I mean, most likely most games, or I don't even know if like even one game would do it, but like if you
Hmm.
know you have voice chat with others, but like you have I guess your camera or your face for like just playing with random people. I guess if you play it online for Mario Party Jamboree, you could.
Yeah.
um, I think that's pretty much it. Obviously, we got the micro SD express cards, and that's because they got to have those fast loading times.
Yeah.
Um, and I was looking at like pricing, and it does get a little bit pricey
Hmm.
for the express, but
But it's not terrible.
it's not too bad. It's kind of like as if because like the thing is like just the base micro SD cards have gotten so cheap that like people have gotten used to those prices, you know.
Yeah.
Um, but
Um.
it's all brand new, so that's usually how it goes. Uh, oh yeah, we've got the gyroscope. You said like they were increased the rumble, right? Like the rumble
Yeah, they did.
2.0.
Hmm. So right now, I just looked it up. The micro SD express card, um, for 1 terabyte
Mm-hmm.
is $90. It's not bad.
It's not too bad, no.
Hmm.
And yes, I mean, like again, like people just I think have gotten so used to like things being cheap that
Hmm.
um I don't know their tolerance for high prices, like I don't know, like if anything, I don't know, they've got like a certain price, even if it's above that, like they complain about it, I guess.
Yeah. I mean,
um,
$60 for 256 more gigs is pretty good.
yeah. Um, oh yeah. So like we could talk briefly about like the Joy Cons.
Mhm.
They're gonna feel so much nicer. They're like a little bit bigger, and like they have obviously the bigger buttons, like bigger sticks. Like this console is just like super premium. So you're paying your money's worth here.
Yeah.
Like it's really nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So the internal battery, you were saying they upgraded it, right? Like 1.5 times.
Yeah. Hmm.
Um, and like the battery life, it'll be around like 2 hours at worst, right? But like
Hmm.
I would assume like most times you're getting like pretty similar to Switch One at launch. You know, like 3 hours for like most AAA games.
Yeah. And then if battery life is such if you want longer battery life, there's so many third party accessories for,
And if you need a
you know,
charge, you've got the bottom
battery
and top
expansion.
to charge from. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like you can charge your Switch on the go, and if you don't, you there's always those battery, like extra battery packs that
Yeah.
third parties sell. Yeah. So it's not a big deal.
Yeah. This is no issue.
Hmm.
Let's see. Um,
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, this is the dock. The dock looks so
Hmm.
much nicer, and it's got the oh yeah, it's got that built-in fan. Yep.
Yeah.
So I think that kind of like confirms like the rumors. Like Digital
Hmm.
Foundry was saying like that, or I think it was Doctray because he was like
Hmm.
really adamant that it was like 8 nanometers, like towards like the reveal. Um,
Yeah.
and it makes sense like that it's 8 nanometer. Like you're gonna need a really good fan to like,
Mhm.
cool it down when you're having it full blast.
Yeah.
So, um, and like, and it makes sense. Like, they're pricing at 450. Like, they like still get like all this amazing performance,
Hmm.
while keeping it cost affordable. It's what
Oh yeah.
Nintendo's pretty good at, especially like you were saying, like when they do go for power, they do it well. Um, like
Yeah.
you were saying,
Hmm.
that's like one of the things you're so happy about is like Nintendo is finally making a powerful
Yeah.
console.
They're out of their Wii era.
Yeah.
And see, Nintendo, like in the past, always released the most powerful console. Now that the Switch 2 isn't the most powerful console, but it is the most powerful handheld. I mean, portable. So it's
Yeah.
like uh from the NES to the Super Nintendo, it was a huge leap. Super Nintendo and since Nintendo 64, huge leap. Uh
Hmm.
GameCube was the most powerful console when it came out. Um then they went to the Wii, and the Wii actually was surprisingly the Wii was technically more powerful than I think the Xbox 360 at the time when the Wii launched. They just didn't have HD, and
Mm.
yeah, it was they made a lot of money with that console, but that's when the whole focus
Like casual gaming.
on on casual gaming started for Nintendo. Because before that, it was hardcore gaming was alive and well on this on Nintendo consoles. So it's like, yeah, now Nintendo's shifted back to, okay, we're gonna focus on actually making really good hardware, which is nice because we're getting all this third party support for it,
Yeah, so many
and we'll
benefits.
get really good looking
And
games
like
too.
you were
So
saying, how they make what was it? Um, I can't remember what you said, but um, I can't remember. But the word like wanted
Mhm.
to pair it with was like, not only is it, oh yeah, I think, yeah, not only powerful, it's also affordable. Like it's
Yeah,
that's what Nintendo's
yeah,
really good at, is striking that balance of powerful and
hmm,
affordable for the mass consumers.
yeah. This is the most affordable, powerful handheld on the market.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
when it comes out, it'll be very competitive. Xbox
Oh, it
is
won't
working
even be
on,
close. Nintendo's gonna
yeah.
dominate.
Oh yeah, because who's gonna buy a Steam Deck for that price when you can get a Switch too? But it's like, or a ROG Ally,
Yeah.
and then Xbox announced that they're working on a handheld, right, with ROG,
Oh, really?
and yeah, but it's like, is it gonna be 450, $500 at launch? No, I bet you it's gonna be like $800 still.
Oh,
It's not gonna compete.
if it's
So
AMD.
yeah, it's AMD. So yeah, it's just not gonna compete, and people again are fear mongering, and the same thing with before Switch 1 released, where it was like, it's not gonna do well, it's gonna fail. And now people are saying this is gonna be Wii U all over again, it's gonna fail. And it's like, when the Switch 2 goes on to sell quite a few millions of consoles this year, like, I guess
I
we'll see,
mean,
right? But it's like,
they'll be silenced pretty quickly. I mean,
yeah, it's gonna
it's
it's
all
gonna sell
selling
out
out.
day one. Yeah, it's it's gonna fly off the shelves at the holiday. And then when it gets, 5 years from now, when there's even more and more games, yeah, it's just gonna keep selling. Like, I don't see the Switch. The Switch model is a
Recipe for
model that,
success.
yeah, for success for the future, because the next Switch that comes out, like, if we're getting this with Switch 2,
And then,
Nintendo can literally release a Switch 2 Pro or whatever in 5 years, and it'll be insane. But I feel like they're just gonna wait till Switch 3, which will
yep.
release in like 10 years or 6, 7 years, And yeah, it's just gonna. This is the model where they're gonna keep. There's no way they're gonna go away from making the Switch ever again because as far as consoles go, like
As long as
having a portable and
gaming is still alive and well,
yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly. Like this is it for Nintendo, and if they're getting closer and closer to the
They found
like
like their
the
Apple product, George.
yeah, the consoles can only get as so powerful as they can. Like you can only increase graphics as much as you can. This is why Nintendo's focusing on frame rate. And
Hmm.
it's like the better the frame rate, I mean, what the next people are talking about 8K gaming and all that stuff. Honestly, like 1080p and 4K are like as far as resolutions go, like the best we're gonna get. So what you can
Yeah.
do is just make the console more powerful in the sense of everything else to make it run smoother and look better and have more tech as far as like the technical side of game development goes, more game mechanics,
Yeah.
more power for them to be able to do more things inside games. That's what's going to be most important. And so we've already hit that. I feel like we've already hit that limit of what how good of a game could look. But like PlayStation and Xbox, like and a lot of third parties aren't really aiming to do like make games better in the sense of mechanics.
Yeah.
So it's like
Hmm.
they just focus on graphics, and then we get all these crappy games coming out that suck.
Hmm.
You get Assassin's Creed Shadows or Outlaws, and those games don't even look good. You know, like get these games like third parties are releasing games on Xbox or PlayStation or PC. They don't even look good. These games look like they're from like PS2, PS3 era, and they don't even play good. They're not fun.
Yeah.
You got Nintendo showing everyone up, getting Metro
Hmm.
Prime 4 out there. Looks amazing and looks fun. And it's like, yeah, like
They're always playing catch up.
the hopefully, yeah, hopefully this is like a wake up call to like third parties to start making better games. And then
They got
if
to,
if
or they're just gonna basically
yeah,
fail as a company.
hmm and if Switch the next well, we're talking about Switch 3 already, but like just talking about the future of gaming
Yeah.
in general.
I mean, like I could
Like
care
if
less about Switch 3 right now. I want the games that are coming
yeah,
out now. You know.
it's like the the future of Nintendo looks good. And I wouldn't even just say the future of Nintendo, but the future of gaming
Oh yeah.
in general looks
Like
good.
Nintendo
If
has done such like a good job of
mhm,
like pushing the industry forward. You know,
yeah,
like so many times.
and then as much as people want to talk bad about Nintendo, but it's like they're they have to push the industry forward with showing if Nintendo can show what they're capable of making on this console, like there's no excuse for any other company to make anything less.
Yeah, they don't like
Especially when they're
they can't make it.
yeah,
They just fail.
yeah, but no, this is very impressive. And
Yeah.
if I was impressed with the Switch 1, like
Mhm.
come on. The Switch
Yeah.
2 is just a technical marvel. And anyone
Mhm.
who's like looking at it unbiasedly, like and not as a fanboy of PlayStation or Xbox or PC, like you can't look at the Switch 2 and be like, "Oh, this is garbage." Like, no, no, this is a good console that's a really good portable. And yeah, I mean, I'm just hoping they start showing off the console more as far as what it can handle.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
hoping Doom. They better release
Oh.
Doom,
Mhm.
Dark Ages on it. I mean,
Yeah.
we have Doom Eternal on the Switch, so it's like, yeah, they need to really show it off.
That don't worry, that new Zelda game when they eventually show the teaser is gonna blow people's minds.
Hmm.
That's
Oh yeah.
I feel like the one game that's gonna really do it.
Hmm.
It did it with Breath of the Wild, so yeah,
Yeah.
that's I feel like that will be the one game cuz like Mario like
Hmm.
its art style is like a little bit too simple. Like Zelda's
Yeah,
still pretty simple, but like they always push their graphics in those games. So, but it's also like
yeah,
mainly gameplay that like is the impressive part, right?
yeah. I mean, what's gonna happen is they're gonna show the new 3D Mario, and it's gonna look like you're playing the Super Mario movie, and then gonna look that good, yeah. And you're
Yeah.
gonna be like, "Man, am I playing a movie or what?" It's like, yeah, yeah, at this point. But then, yeah, when they show the next Zelda, oh,
All right.
that's gonna be crazy. Mhm.
Uh, let's. Do you want to take a look at like the main one I thought about was like Mario Kart World. Like there was the map for it that we could look at. Like
Yeah,
on
let's look at this map.
where
I
is
haven't seen it
it?
yet,
Really?
so
It's right here.
Mhm.
Like how look at that.
That's
So
insane.
let's see. This is for I guess like these are the race courses. Like they have a like so many courses.
Yeah, um, okay, I was not expecting that many courses. That's a lot.
And so what it seems like is that you have so many options. Like I wonder like Grand Prix, right?
Mhm. Yeah,
Obviously you're going to it's like all predetermined, but at least I
mhm.
assume, but like if you do like say verses, like it seems like you
Yeah,
can just pick like
yeah, can you
maybe when
custom?
you start like a starting point, right? And then you
Yeah,
just choose which way you want to go, you know?
yeah.
You can go in
Oh,
any
man.
direction.
I wonder I wonder if, oh, man, custom modes are gonna be insane then, because if you can set, like, because if you can set, like, separate courses depending on where you start and where you end, you can make some crazy custom, like, races.
Yeah, like
Especially
there's
the
so many
cross
options.
country, like what they call it, knockout.
Yeah, it's I think they talk
Uh,
about it. Let's see. They talk about it in the mode category. So yeah, they talk about the Grand Prix. Let's see. Yeah, just kind of the same stuff. Yeah, but the knockout.
knockout.
What about it?
It's cross the map, right? So
Yeah,
you
like see
can
that
choose.
map? They show like
Yeah,
the path you chose, basically.
but if you go back up to the map itself,
Okay.
that means there's gonna be, let me see, one, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9. There's gonna be like over 20 of those,
Wait,
at least,
how many places do we have? We have one, two, three,
because
four,
it's
five, six,
you're
seven.
traveling across the world. So if you take all the outer world, the world's outer courses,
It looks
and
like
you
30
do a
here.
straight line, yeah, if you do, but there's 30 courses on the outer, right? Let me say on the outer end.
Like I don't know what you call these like cities. Like there's 30 like uh places,
So
landmarks.
there's on the outside, there's like what? Let me see. One, two, three, four, five,
Or I guess you would
six,
just call them
7,
like
8,
30
9,
starting places because the whole
10,
world is
11,
the map,
12,
right?
13,
Or the
14,
whole area is
15.
the map.
Yeah, so if you count from the outside only,
Mm-hmm.
that's 15. That's 15 starting places, right?
Oh, because you're saying you start on the edge.
Yeah, because you start at the end and you end at the other end. But if there's 15 starting places, there's got to be over 30 of those knockout tour uh, maps.
It's just crazy though how
About,
big it is.
yeah, it's gonna be insane. I just like thinking about it. It's just like, okay, because if you travel from one to the other on the other end, that's a lot. But that's huge. I mean, you can drive everywhere there.
It's gonna be so cool playing it though, because
Oh
it seems to
man.
be just all seamless, you know.
And just think about the DLC. What if they release Hyrule?
Hyrule.
They have Link in in
They
the
released a second map. Man.
yeah, a Nintendo World, and it's just a mixture of all the games of the other games. You put Hyrule and some other, because they have those maps in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, right? They have Hyrule, they have
Yep.
the Animal Crossing, they have who else? They had a few other worlds too.
Like they
They
had
did
F
F
Zero.
Zero,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Now do this is Mario Kart World, and then DLC you add the other franchises. You make a world out of their
Each
worlds,
like each area is like a separate game.
a separate game. Yeah.
That'd be so cool.
Oh man, no wonder it's gonna be $80. This is gonna be insane.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
wonder if they'll talk about it too, like, oh, and this the first round of DLC for this game
they
that
got to
comes
like
out this
if they
year.
just mention that,
Yeah,
like people need to stop complaining.
because this one has Donkey Kong, it has everything in it. Yeah, so
Yeah. Um. Let's see.
yeah, no, this
Like
is
this part, right? Like they're going on the water.
Mhm. Yeah,
So like yeah, obviously you can definitely go quite a bit in the ocean.
yeah,
Um, for like racing and free roam and stuff.
hmm
But it obviously like it's just one big map, so like there's not too much to be. I mean, I don't know,
hmm
uh, like those mountains in
doesn't
the
seem like there's
background.
any
I don't know what
restrictions.
part
Yeah, I
that
feel
is.
like you can drive there. I wonder.
Interesting, because that
Yeah,
doesn't look like it's part of the map, you know.
is it those cliffs on the? And look at the map on the north side.
Um,
You
like
see those cliffs? Yeah, those like
you're
rock
talking about in the
cliffs.
video.
And you so on the right there. Yeah, look up,
Up here.
like up there. I think that's that area,
Oh,
but you can drive there.
it's just kind of hard to tell because obviously they show like a generalized, like it's all a generalized map. It's not even all the detail. Which
Yeah,
yeah, doesn't mean like that's the thing. Like this is a super simplified map. Like when you're playing it, oh man.
it's gonna be huge. I wonder how long it's gonna take to get from one side to the other.
Oh man. Let's see. Um, let me see if they say anything on like the free roam. Let's
Yeah. Oh,
see.
there's free room.
Take off in
Oh
any
man,
direction.
look
Explore
there.
areas that pique your interest, and maybe snap some in-game pics and
There's just
see
NPCs
thoughts.
hanging out. You see that?
Yeah. Oh, there's the star. You see that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's gonna be there's
They have
something else
power
to
ups,
this.
kind of just hanging
Yeah,
around there.
just hanging out. Yeah.
Let's see. Play together. Obviously,
hmm
play up to 4 players can race on the same system.
Okay.
Let's see. So that's local.
Yeah.
They obviously have this like wheel
The new
accessory.
wheel.
Yeah. Um, it seems pretty nice. Let's see. Fire up game chat to enjoy the feeling of close company with their friends. See, like here, they only talk about it looks like friends, right? I'm like, come
Yeah.
on, you got to do like in-game chat with other people, right? They might
Oh,
not though.
one thing they didn't mention in the direct either was the new way to add friends.
Oh, like is it way easier
You
now?
can, yeah, it's way easier. You on the Nintendo Switch app. It's a QR code you just share,
Oh, okay.
and you can add friends that way. Like instead of needing a friend code,
Hmm.
it's yeah, it's way better.
Oh yeah, I kind of wanted to talk about like the game chat real quick.
hmm
Um, like for me personally, I won't be buying that camera or anything because like I think
Yeah, me
as
either.
long as they allow you, like I assume they would, like you just have you can talk to them while you're playing is the main thing, right?
Yeah.
And they didn't show like if you can message, but I would assume you can, right? Message like your friends and
I'm
stuff.
sh- yeah, I'm sure they're gonna have some messaging.
Cause like cause obviously like the game chat you need online, right?
Mhm.
But like they didn't say you need it for messaging. I feel like they at bare minimum they should have it where you can message for free.
Yeah.
But it's free until March 31st, so I mean they're letting you do it for a whole year, so not too bad. And like the thing is like most people have online. It's not even like they haven't said they're increasing the price. Like right now, it's all the same. It's the
Yeah.
same online as Switch One. So
Hmm.
you know,
Yeah, I
um,
don't think they're gonna
yeah, they're not gonna mess
increase
with that.
anything.
I don't think they'll want to. But yeah, launch game. I think that's pretty much it. Definitely getting that bundle.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I think that's it. Oh yeah, so like the just not the Switch 2 edition, but the games that just get like performance upgrades.
Yeah.
Like like these are free updates. It's not like oh, it's backwards compatible so it runs better. They actually have free updates for you,
Yeah.
which is pretty nice. So like they're giving you free stuff still. Um
Yeah. I mean, Odyssey, like, I'll go play. I'll
bro,
replay
that's going to be
Mario Odyssey.
4K
Yeah.
Mario Odyssey.
Yeah. It's 60 FPS. It's gonna look so
Right?
good.
Maybe even 120. You never know.
Oh man, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, on handheld.
Because like this one, right? There's not going to be any
Hmm.
like texture or anything. So like these are probably just specifically like resolution and frame rate, right? So like there's
Yeah.
nothing like super taxing on that in terms of like
It says the
performance.
contents of these free updates will differ.
Yeah, yeah,
So
like
I mean, it's possible that they upped the resolution and textures of
and like
some of these games
another
like Mario Odyssey.
main thing with these games is these games will have game share, like
Yeah.
where you can
So
basically just share the whole game with another person.
yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
So
Mario 3D World.
let's see. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the ones I'm really excited about are Mario Odyssey, Link's
Uh,
Awakening,
oh yeah, Link's Awakening is gonna be good.
because that in 60 FPS is gonna be
Oh
so
yeah,
nice. Echoes of Wisdom already runs really good, but if it gets a huge performance update, like
it ran at
man,
60 sometimes, right? And then it would dip to 30.
and sometimes they would dip. Yeah, so if it doesn't dip anymore and the resolution is up, then especially playing on handheld and 1080p, it's gonna look so good.
Yeah. Obviously
Hmm.
the Pokemon. Wait, is this?
The Pokemon games.
These are the older ones. Like they're releasing. What is it? Legend ZA, right? That's the brand
Yeah,
new.
this
But
these are
they're
the
getting the
last ones to come out.
patches, right? That they were talking
Yeah.
about.
Hmm.
They were like, yeah,
Yeah.
we'll improve it. But that's for Switch 2.
Yeah.
um, yeah, I'm super excited just to test all of this out. Like,
Hmm.
obviously you don't need it, but it'll just be really nice.
Yeah.
I think because I actually haven't played Bowser's Fury, so
Yeah, me either. So
oh, you haven't?
no,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
actually pretty cool.
yeah. Like I need to test that out on the Switch too.
Hmm.
So many things I'm gonna have to eventually get. Like can't get it all at once. Um, but yeah. So let's see what else I got here. Yeah, this is just all the official pricing from Nintendo. This is like on their Nintendo news site.
Yeah.
So obviously we have the Nintendo Switch 2 prices. Mario Kart, Donkey Kong releasing at 70, like such like they're
Hmm.
releasing AAA games for 70.
Yeah.
Like not all games are gonna be 80. The Pro controller's 80. It looks like the Joy-Cons. I think they were 80 before, so now they're getting like a $10 increase to 90. They've got the charging grip, 35. Obviously, it comes with a free grip.
Mhm.
with the console, and then like they have the straps, which obviously those Joy Cons come with. Or actually, because usually the straps would come with the Joy-Con pair, so that's interesting. I'm sure like the console you get one, but it seems like you have to buy both of these separately. Interesting.
Mm.
Um, let's see, like the wheel set, $20. Camera's 50, which again I don't think this will sell very well. Like especially because
Mhm.
it's not there's not too many uses for it. Maybe if they can incorporate it in a lot more ways, people might want to be getting that. I know, like for sure, like the Nintendo enthusiasts will 100 that can just spend as much money as they want will get this and just test it out.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm
wait,
sure there'll be
wow,
third party
the
ones.
dock set's 110. Ouch. But it has that dedicated fan, so makes sense.
Mhm.
And it's like it's got all those quality life features like the OLED dock got. But again, like
Mm.
buying this
It comes
all
with the dock
separately,
thing.
like just get another Switch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, let's see, Nintendo Switch 2 carrying case. Oh yeah, I saw this like on some of the stores.
Yeah.
Pre-orders.
Like third party, like that's the thing. Third party's gonna cover a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna want to
I'm
get
just
that
gonna get.
screen protector. um, got like a carrying case, then obviously the charging. But so like the main reason I wanted this page was kind of like mention that although like I'm sure like the pre-orders that are already up like from Walmart and like some
Mhm.
UK stores and there's some like up in Japan and like all over different countries.
Yeah.
We don't necessarily know the MSRP for like a bunch of other games. We don't even know what they're pricing for, like say Prime 4. That
Mhm.
new we already mentioned. I already mentioned it, but like the we don't know the price for that new. What's it called? I don't know, the wheelchair basketball game. I
Yeah.
forgot the name. But yeah, so we don't know really like obviously all these like
Mhm.
sites have it priced for 80, 70. We already talked about it, so we don't
Yeah.
wait and see to see pricing those at.
Yeah.
And they'll probably stay the same. But there's no real point in like discussing too much until like everything's official, right?
Yeah.
And we'll find out soon. So I think that's pretty much it in terms of what I had. The one
Mhm.
thing I don't know, like in terms of like developer notes, or uh, the ask the developer if there's anything we
Yeah.
wanted to cover because they do cover a lot.
Um.
I do remember
Yeah.
like
Like.
off the top of my head, like they talked about the emulation for like backwards compatibility. Like they did some emulation and translation because like the hardware's pretty similar. So yeah,
Well,
like it was
I
pretty. It
mean,
must be have been like pretty difficult like to do backwards compatibility because it wasn't like a simple solution like because it's all brand new tech.
yeah. Yeah, because they were struggling because the Switch 1 and Switch 2 are not the same. So they were definitely struggling with getting backwards compatibility working just because they're just so different in the way the Switch 1 and the Switch 2 handle their games. So the fact that we're even getting backwards compatibility is thankfully that Nintendo didn't give up on trying to make it work
Yeah, I should be able to
because
find. It should be on this page, I think.
people just assume that it's because it's a Switch that it should just work, but that's not how
Yeah.
game consoles work. You can't just put in a cartridge and oh look, it works because it's a Switch 2.
It was coming up. All that's coming up is the
Look at the additional results.
um might be because I have things zoomed in. Let me just
Uh,
Google it.
yeah.
Let's see. Chapter 1. Um so like let's see, first chapter they talked about like kind of like a broad overview of everything,
Mhm.
I think. Like just kind of introducing themselves. Um but I think the fourth chapter they talked about the emulation.
Mhm.
Yeah, like let's see. Does that mean Switch and Switch 2 aren't compatible at hardware level? Exactly. This time we decided to take on the challenge of using new technology to run Switch games. If we try to use technology like software emulators, we'd have to run Switch 2 at full capacity. But that would mean the battery wouldn't last so long. So we did something that's somewhere in between a software emulator and a hardware cap, cap capability. Um, let's see. It says a software program that
Mhm.
imitates certain hardware. Is it talking about? Oh yeah, the emulators. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. This is getting a bit technical, but the process of converting game data for Switch to run Switch 2 is performed on a real-time basis as the data is read in. Is it like having Switch games simultaneously translated for Switch 2? That's right. Although we made the technological preparations at first, we weren't quite sure whether it would be able to maintain proper compatibility. So like it's not like some
Yeah.
easy fix. Like they had to do a lot of work to get that backwards compatibility and to run well. Like, um, they're also doing those like
Mhm.
upgrade patches for some of the games.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, Nintendo's doing a lot of work to make this like a really good experience for consumers. Like, because like I just think that's like a really huge advantage. Like, if you don't have a Switch right now, like you're gonna Switch too. You
Mhm.
know, like if you're a
Yeah.
gamer, like you're getting that
Yeah.
Switch too.
Exactly.
Like you have a huge library that you haven't played for the Switch One. Like, oh man, like,
Mhm.
it's like this is why like Switch 2's got to sell more than the Switch. Pretty much, like it's like they're set up
Yeah.
so much for success. Like as long as they can
Mhm.
get enough consoles out and continue to produce the games, they're good. Everything's lined up.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
mean,
we've pretty much covered
yeah.
everything.
Everything we know as
Yeah,
far as now. I mean, all in all, I'm excited.
yeah, I'm so
Pretty
excited.
hyped. It's April 5th right now, so literally 2 months until this console's out.
Yeah, in terms of
And
like the direct, I was like just like
mhm.
visually, like all the presentation, like I was super
Yeah,
impressed.
I just want the console
Yeah,
already.
let's just get it.
Just want it. Yeah, it's like just give it to me. Take my money.
Less talking, more playing, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like I just want to be playing these games
Yeah,
already right now on my TV or handheld. Like
yeah.
such
So
a
I think
yeah.
that's what we come off with. Go play your games while waiting.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like play the games I have now until the Switch 2 comes out, but
Yep.
it's
That's pretty much it,
I'd
George.
say yeah. I'll just end it with like all the haters out there complaining. It's like this is what we wanted for years. We've talked about
Yep.
wanting exactly this and we're finally getting it, and that just means we got to pay a little more because that's how it works. Like,
Yeah. It's
but
premium. You know.
and inflation and everything going on, but
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
one more thing. Like, I didn't want to talk about
Mhm.
it too much, but I just had a question for you. Do you think that because obviously, like, Nintendo knew that these tariffs were coming, like, if you were following the news, you knew they were coming.
Mhm.
Do you think that they didn't show the price because of that in the direct?
Um, it's possible.
I
It's
thought it
possible they were
made
like
a lot of sense.
they didn't want to show the price because they didn't know what the final price was going to be. Um, but at the same time, I think the price that they have
Like on their
right
site, right?
on the site was already taken into account
Mm-hmm.
the
Yeah,
tariffs.
right. But like
Um,
they might have. not expected. Like they obviously didn't know it to what scale, right? The tariffs were going to
Yeah.
be. So they're just gonna have to figure stuff out right now. But
Hmm.
they still have
Which
that.
is what they're doing.
Yeah, they'll figure it out. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's all. I don't want to talk about it too much because, again, like it's only
Hmm.
worth talking about once you know officially like what's going on.
Yeah, and there's so much changing on that every day. So
Yep.
Japan's currently working out some deals. So it's like I'm sure Nintendo themselves is working out deals too. So I doubt we're gonna get a price increase. Everyone's freaking out for no reason. I'm pretty sure it's gonna stay at those prices. It'd be crazy if we got a price decrease. That would be that would be crazy.
Yeah, there's
If
just
Trump was like if Trump was like, "Oh, well, I'll give you a break if you lower the prices." Because my son said
I know so many
Baron
people have been joking
Baron
about
wants
that.
us yeah. Yeah. Baron wants a Switch too, but he says he's not gonna pay $80 for a game. Then we get a price increase. But I mean, I guess we'll see. I
We'll
mean,
see,
there's
right?
time. There's still time. I'm sure they'll announce something soon, probably next week or in 2 weeks. Like
Yeah.
we can't pre-order it next week, but that's fine. I was gonna pre-order it through Nintendo anyways, and those pre-orders don't go out
Yeah,
till
and
what,
they're gonna
May?
have so many
So,
consoles. Like scalpers aren't buying millions of these consoles. Like,
oh yeah, they're not gonna be ruled. It's gonna be a lot harder for scalpers, especially
yeah,
because
Nintendo
Nintendo
wants to
is
sell their games, so
yeah. So it's
they're gonna
like
make sure they got those consoles, and they've been preparing for so long. Like,
yeah.
they're good.
Um, it's still gonna be you're still gonna want to pre-order it though because
Yeah,
there's no way you're
of
gonna find
course.
any on
Yeah, at
store shelves.
launch,
Yeah,
it'll like the initial launch is gonna be where it's a little difficult, just like
yeah.
most
I'm.
launches.
It was the same with Switch One, so it's like
Yeah,
trying to buy a Switch after initial launch is gonna be pretty difficult. So
yeah.
it's gonna sell. It's gonna sell a lot, and it's gonna be hard to find one at least for the first
I can't wait
6 months.
to be discussing all the
Yeah.
new games that we'll finally be able to
Hmm.
play. Just 2 months.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's
Any
gonna be
more
so much fun.
cart. All right, George. It was good talking to you.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
thank you
That
guys
was
for
fun.
watching. And hopefully we can do more of these in the future. Uh, we'll see. But yeah, see you guys.